anyways, back on YouTube. So again, we talked about Todd Tucker, the playwright, the love story, A Father's Love, Plug Love. That's what we're getting into now. Let's go on and plug in, because I've been scrambling a little bit. So we're gonna go ahead and plug in to the source. So my source is Christ, Jesus Christ. Okay. I'm a believer in the Messiah. I like to be led. So along my journey, I've been being led by Jesus Christ. I didn't know. So a part of me starting this journey and talking to you all about plug love, I wanted you all to take a view from the perspective of my real natural life. Because a lot of times we talk so super deep, right? And it has been a challenge for me to balance the spiritual, the natural, and the supernatural, right? And the supernatural is basically another level. Even we talk about spiritual warfare, right? We can't see these things. The word lets us know that in Ephesians, 6:12, that we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but of principalities and different things, right? So that means things that attack our mind, that attack our inner man, that attack our soul first. And then we begin to see in the reflection or the hits take place naturally. So the only way I can explain that is by sharing my story, because that's the only way I know how to do it for me. That's the only way for the Lord, for me to get it out, to show how not only has God had his hand on my life, showing a father's love, right? My heavenly Father, showing how the impact of not having a natural father, even him being present or not being around all the time, or just a father, period, right? The necessity of a father and the necessity of a mother and their different roles, and how even when you come out of the house, the impact, how our environment, when you go outside, it's not just the air, the trees, and the bees when people are allergic to things, right? It's also people. You have to prepare. You don't know what you're stepping out into, so you need to be equipped. So a lot of us, because we're brought up differently, different experiences, different upbringings, and so many different things that factor in, that has impacted us now. So now we're at a time of maturity, to where many of us, and some of us, especially in my age bracket, to where our issues or our sin has caught up to us, to where we've been reaping what we sow. And with God holding on to us with his unchanging hand, he's allowing us to get clean and get washed up and, make us new. He knows that we've been out here dirty, many of us. And he is a carpenter. He is, shaping us and molding us and preparing us, but, allowing us to get the understanding that, are you ready? So again, when I talk about Pastor Troy in the Down South Georgia Rebel, right? He talked about vice versa. What if heaven were hell and basically hell were heaven? So who would only raise that thought? Because we got to, again, look where stuff comes from. Only the enemy or somebody wicked would even say that or think that. What will make you even flip that? I like Pastor Troy. I listened to Pastor Troy back in the day. I'm not saying Pastor Troy as the person. The flesh is a bad person, but what he said, we don't catch these things early on. We catch it later when we catch up. So there's a lot of different things that I listened to and that I was exposed to when I was asleep, but when I woke up and I was, seeing more clearly and I was moving different, things hit differently. Things that I digested and consumed, and music and sounds and people and everything else, it hit differently. So now I'm moving differently. I respond differently. Because God waited for me. He waited for you. He's been waiting for many, for some, right? Travis Green, the gospel singer, he has that song, God waited for me. How will you respond? He does send Jesus back to the world, to the earth. Santa is coming to town. I talked about it's interchangeable. It's two sides to every story. And Santa has been working in his shop with the boys and the girls and the elves and what's the woman name? His so-called wife. Putting toys together and preparing for Christmas to pass out toys to all the boys and girls all over the world on a red sleigh with some reindeers, Rudolph, the red-nosed reindeer, and many others. I like this season though. Even though the enemy and people wicked and they've been doing a lot of wicked stuff, I'm still going to enjoy my seasons. Okay? I'm still going to enjoy my life. I just know not how to move, okay? But I'm still going to enjoy myself. Okay? You got to know how to separate stuff. Don't be so deep that you don't enjoy. Eat your food. Okay? Don't be so consumed with giving gifts and presents and stuff, and enjoy your family. Get back to just the basic stuff. Enjoy your family. Love. Okay? Love. He's getting us back to love. Diddy is now called, ain't he called Brother Love? Butter Love had that next. What was it next? Had Butter Love. I gave y'all them biscuits earlier. My mama's biscuits. Martin talked about them biscuits. So I don't know why my people think that we can run, famous or not famous. Even the word told us bond or free. Even in Deuteronomy 28. So again, we grew up listening to all the blessings. So again, the enemy used many people. He used the church. He even used Christ. He's got he gave us Jesus, just not the right one. He gave us an illusion. He took us on an excursion and gave us again. What does he do? He flips everything. And God flips it back. Jesus turns over tables and gets on the mic. He sends somebody to get on the mic, and he's on the airwaves. He's in the air. He's in the air. He's in the people. Wake up. Rise and shine. I come out at night too. It is a lot, and it can be draining to talk to people. Anybody. Thank God for restoration. Thank God for power. Because again, some people going back to their roots and they going back to magic. Come on. Magic Johnson, he was the one person that we know that was so-called cured of what was given and sent out from other people. He was the only one. It's a cure for everything. Bob Marley talked about it again. Come on, he was on to something. That there's music, there's a sound that can heal the body. I may not be saying it all the way right, but music, healing the soul, healing the body, the mind. He was right. He was on to something. This is why God is speaking and talking to the people, because it's a sound. It is soul food. So again, yes, we do not just eat naturally. We eat spiritually. This is spiritual food. The woman at the well, she needed living water. So many want to go to Florida and get their fire water. We've been out here wrong. Trick Daddy. We're getting older. We're not getting younger. We're aging. Time continues, even if we don't listen and deal with our issues in life and everything that is happening. If we don't stop, time keeps going. I'd rather stop right here before we cross over. Wait a minute. Come on, let me Cry out. Let me talk to you, God. He been talking to me, but I'm talking to him, because even you have to talk to him when Adam is not right. Different pieces of him. The man, when the man is off and he's not listening, talk to God. To the man, if the woman's not listening, she's off, talk to God. So what is our equal source? God is our equal source, the King of Kings and Lord of Lords. This is how we can become one. You have to be on one accord. It's harmony. Lady, harmony. Oh, it's a sound. How God will allow us so much pressure to be squeezed out of us because we don't want to listen. We want what we want, and we want it now. And you can have whatever you like. Huh? We at the tip. We at the top. You can have whatever you like, the desires of your heart. If you don't want to listen, because he gives us free choice and free will. Do as you please. Do as thou wilt. You got a choice. Flip. Heads or tails. We know that God is the head. He is not the tail. We know that the enemy is tail. This is a sonic boom coming through the waves. Come on. Swag and surfing. What's that young man named? Swag and surf. What's his name? Is it White Tee? What's his name? Soldier Boy. I seen somebody that he's familiar. He looks familiar. No, I can't talk to her. She too young. She don't know. Soldier Boy. That's who I'm talking about. She said, yeah, who you said? Young Stacks. Okay, that's somebody new. Okay, so this is why we got to be stretched. This is why you got to be able to speak the language, because we got a generation. We done went through the alphabet. Look, we at Z. We at the end of the row. Okay, they used to play that song on my family reunions when we used to gather together for my family reunions for my family. Okay, them Howards, and we used to all get together for our family reunions. They used to play To the End of the Row as the last song. And I remember Pastor Purcell. He's no longer with us, but Pastor Purcell would sing. Come on, how we was mixing stuff, but we were still anointed, still appointed and called, and still chose Jesus. We didn't deserve it. This is why you got to be saved. This is why I'm talking to my people. This is why you still got to be saved. Because God called us, he anointed us, he appointed us, he chose us. But we've been dirty. So you still got to be saved. If you need to be born again, look, Nicodemus came to Jesus at night. Woo! He didn't understand. He didn't understand when Jesus told him, Nicodemus, sir, son, come on. Son of man, son of God. Come on. This is when Jesus was walking the earth, because he walked the earth for 33 years. And it's somebody else, Disney Channel. It's magic that got that 33 degrees. Woo! It's getting cold outside. Nicodemus came to Jesus at night because he didn't want nobody to see him. Because sometimes folk want to go to God. Come on. Come on. You want to hide. He still see you. Even at night. He sees everything, everybody, even the freaks that come out at night. Michael Jackson had that song, The Freaks Come Out at Night, Thriller. Huh? So yes, people were used to mimic, to duplicate, but they cannot be the real thing. Take it as a compliment. But can't nobody do it like the original. But this is why God deals with our heart and balance, because of pride. It was pride then and it's pride now. Pride before destruction. Whatever way you got pride, take it how you want to take it. If the shoe fits, wear it. It is broad. The road is broad. Broad is the road that leads to destruction. The enemy has been striving to take many down the yellow brick road with Dorothy. Didn't that vanilla girl get people in trouble before, and she's getting people in trouble now? And she brought along the chocolate girl and all the girls of the world. This is why they say girls rule the world. Who rule the world? Girls. No, but who's at the top? That, all seeing eye. And his kids. So you a puppet too. This is why even now when I talk about certain things, I don't feel no type of way, because the enemy used us all. But I'm thankful that God is using me now. He keeps taking me back to now, not later, now. If you need to be saved, if you need to be delivered, now. God troubles the water. God's gonna trouble the water. He's troubling the water. The Jordan. It's a Michael Jordan year. Many people keep talking about. I talked about y'all because I'm country with Rush Hour. Come on. Oh, Ricky Ross, push it to the limit. Lord have mercy. Let's get in the plug love. Let me talk about these men. Let's get back to the man. Let's get back to the man. Look, cause we've been on the woman too long. Let's get to the man. We're gonna talk about men, but I'm still gonna be on the woman at the same time. Let's get back to the men. At the same time, y'all, this is a father's love. We talking about our Heavenly Father, okay? And we talking about God restoring. Again, with Malachi. Look, God is turning the hearts of the people. You got to choose to turn late in the midnight hour. Now it's after 12 o'clock. Late in the midnight hour. God can turn things around. And then when you wake up, come on. Joy comes in the morning. We have been mourning. Some of us have been in mourning, but in real life, natural, right now, it is dark time. What we at? Eastern time, Eastern Standard Time. We at in America over here. It's dark on this side of the globe of the earth. We have been in mourning. It's not all good. It is not. Candy, it took me back to you because I've been listening to you too. I be listening to her and Bone Thugs and Harmony. And we at the crossroads. We are at the crossroads. I can't tell you who, what, when, how with your story. But God gives opportunity and chance. Ecclesiastes 3. There is nothing new under the sun. Plug love. Poochie, I'm talking to you too. If you tune in. I had to call my folk about you. We don't know how God will directly and indirectly come and speak to us, see about us. He uses people. He uses vessels that he pours into. But we are at a time where he cannot continue to pour into broken vessels. You're leaking your issues. Even though some people think they're healed, some are still not all the way whole. I'm not whole because Adam is missing me. Like Latoya Luckett, he's missing me. And I'm out here. So yes, God will call you out. No one can run, no one can hide from the jails. He talked to Paul when he was in jail. He talked to me when I was in jail. He saved me from hell. This is why he slowed me down and even allowed me to sit down at the table and talk to y'all to remind me that this is familiar, that it's revisiting, it's spiritual, and it's natural. The impact is hitting different. Jesus. Ooh, how he literally has to slow us down to talk to us because we will keep going and going and going like the Energizer Bunny. What does that lead to? The West. We talk about the compass and God's compass and different things. Come on. Needing direction. This is me. I know I'll be asking for direction. Lord, which way do I go? We at the crossroads. Yes, I would listen to Candy and Bone Thugs and Harmony. It's all good. No, it's not all good because we'll be telling people, I'm fine, thank you. I'm good. No, and people not fine. And even like with Chick-fil-A, come on, this is why I knew I couldn't work there. I didn't even try because, you know, they're so happy. They're so excited. How may I take your order? Even like McDonald's, can I serve you? What they say? My pleasure. Come on, pleasure P. The enemy will pleasure you. His job has been to plug in. So when I talk to my men and I talk about thug love and plug love, and I had to condense the title because it was too long and I had to minimize it. Just like time is just minimized. God had to shorten the days because, boy, if he wouldn't, who would be saved? That's what the words say. Who would be saved if God wouldn't shorten the days? Because it's so much going on. We so out here. It's, you know, he would have to, he shortened them. He been shortened them. He shortened them in the beginning because he already knew and saw. He talked about it in the beginning. This is how we can recognize it in the end. We see even the age of people. The age expectancy is not long for the youth. So we know that he targeted the youth. Santa what targets the youth? He targets the people. It is a bullseye. He's been right on point. He knows how to hit. He knows the rays. Ooh. He knows how to see. He knows how to hit you. He knows how to hit me. He knows where you are. He visits to the third and fourth generation too. So when you see The Mask, Jim Carrey, come on. And he had that movie 23. Jesus, Lord have mercy. He had that movie 23. And I watched it and then I didn't watch some of it. I see certain things we ain't supposed to be watching. Certain things I don't watch. I know I'm not supposed to be watching. There's certain things I know I'm not supposed to be doing because it doesn't agree with my spirit man, my inner man. It's a disconnect. It's a off. It's like a, you know, you feel it. You feel it. You know you shouldn't be doing it. You know you shouldn't be watching and seeing it. We want to be so deep, but it's basic. You can feel it. We all can feel it. We have senses. Common sense is not common. But you have senses. You have sensors, receptors for you to receive. We all do. Whew, what time is it? 12:25. It's the fourth quarter. Marcus Rogers, Pastor Marcus Rogers with the Firehouse Church. God is intentional. He's showing his people. He's setting apart and showing. Who do you say that who God is to call and appoint and anoint to set up and tear down, or to bring up and build up, or whatever, to restore or not restore. Who do you think that you are? Are you the am that I am? Are you the creator? Are you God, the King of Kings? And because Santa ain't even him. So this is the problem. And people keep trying to problem solve and solve the problem, and you don't want to listen. This is why stuff is speeding up. This is why the heat gets turned up. This is why snakes come out. It's cold-blooded. Again, we talk about things being held back. God has all power. Things can't release, can't move till he say so. So we ain't felt or got hit by certain things, some of us, because some people have taken hits across the globe with that flat earth and all this other stuff. Look, who got us bickering and fighting? Take it back. Follow it back to the top with the eye. The enemy brings enmity, the snake, the dragon, the enemy, the wicked. We don't wrestle against flesh and blood. They cold-blooded. Again, it's a cold world. J. Cole had my baby over here huffing her breath, and I don't care because you know, my children looking at me now, right? A reflection. They looking at me now. Come on, in the mirror. And we ain't in the mirror in real life. She's looking at me. The other one's probably asleep. Okay. Beautiful. Beauty and the Beast. Looking at me, a reflection. Huffing her breath because I sound lame. Oh, my mama's lame. She's trying to be hip and cool. No, I'm not trying to. No, I'm being me. And I'm being cleaned and delivered, but it's in me. My language, my talk, my speak, my mannerism. This is why our mannerism has been off. Again, evil communication corrupts good manners. So this is why my manners have been off. Your manners. It's not about your beauty. Come on. It's what's in you. What you have acquired. What you have obtained, what you take in comes out. You produce it. Just like with a harvest, we're seeing what's coming out of the harvest. It's harvest season. We're seeing what's being produced through the people. God plants seeds. He's been teaching me to garden. Come on. I plant seeds. I learn to sow. Not only money, I learned to sow on a whole nother level, and I didn't even know. God had been teaching me such a great lesson, even in how to give. When you need something to be produced, when I need a fix, when I need something for me, not for you, but for me, he said, give, and it shall be given unto you. Pressed down, shaken together, and running over shall men give into your bosom. Overflow. Pouring in. Jesus. Disturbing the peace. Disturbing the peace. Overflow. So you can't get what you know, you can get stuff, but you can't get God's best. Come on, Marvin Sapp, the best in me. You can't get God's best until you fully surrender all. Oh, we are all on a recovery program. And I can't tell you who's going to recover you, because we talking about collecting debts, and I've been talking about Matthew and us being in Matthew, and even in the book, and in the season, in due season, in due time, you shall reap if you faint not. And just, it's a lot that's taking place in Matthew. Oh, God, you talking to my daddy? Is my daddy asleep? He's probably in the bed. Oh, and I got a brother named Matthew too. That's why I say people think somebody's just talking to you and it's all about you. Again, Maya had the song, It's All About Me. It was on the soundtrack of Rugrats Grown Up. We know about Angelica and the Rugrats and Susie and all these different people, different characters, right? Different people acting out people. And this is what it is about plays and actresses and people that perform. They be playing themselves. So when we go back to Candy, just like Candy, come on, Satan been taking candy from us like it's a baby. Just like candy, it's like candy from a baby. He been snatching from the people. Come on, robbing the people. Robin Hood, all the hoods, and all the men, not just the black man. He used them though. He used Buck. He had to break Buck first. See, because he got used. So the enemy, it's a domino effect. This is why stuff gotta fall. It's a domino effect. It's not even wintertime yet. Come on, I told you it's fall. This is why stuff gotta fall. It's a domino effect. Say it again. Come on. I keep trying to get in the plug. Y'all see that? Y'all see I keep trying to plug in, and it's like it's been a struggle to plug in to the light. Now I already got light, right? The light is projecting, you see it. But to get to the plug, somebody's running. Stop running. Don't run. Don't hide. It's not easy. That's the thing. When you begin to wake stuff up and you begin to speak truth, it wakes up spirits. It wakes up the inner man. Again, I talked about soul food that's speaking to your heart and your soul. So there have been spirits, there have been things that have been taking up residence that don't belong. So when God claims his people, a house is not a home. It's getting real in here. Boy, it's getting real. It's already real. God brings things to life. It is not Toy Story. Buzz Lightyear. The enemy will give you a drink. Come on, buy me a drink, Miguel. And I'm not talking about that Miguel. I got a cousin that I call Miguel, but y'all probably think about Miguel that been doing different things. He's been moving different. He been acting like he been flying too. He been doing different. Being able to see. This is how you got to know how you can plug in. Because again, sometimes you have to detach. Are you plugged into the right source? So again, we want to keep getting back on, everybody else and everything else, and God is getting back on us, on the individual. So if he's doing a heart check, the word talks, lets us know that it's written, if the light in you be darkness, how great is the darkness? They already talking about make America great. America is a whore. She sleep with everybody. She slept with all nations. She was used. And she used the people. She used me. She used the rainbow. She used everybody. She used the alphabet. She used the letters. She was used to do a lot of things. She was used to usher in 112 and Usher. And she was used to usher in the beast and usher in. She used the people for liberty and justice for all. Just cause. It was a reason behind it. It's a reason that we are seeing what we're seeing. It's a reason why we're experiencing what we're experiencing on all levels. Everybody. It's a system. So we've been seeing the lone horse and the lone star and folk riding the horse. You see Lauren London riding the horse. You see different people, Beyonce on the horse. She into all kind of stuff. We see this all around us, the idolatry. We see the setup. Ooh, Satan made a trap for us. And Jesus is a way of escape right now, not later, right now, late in the midnight hour, how God will turn it around. Jesus, I'm still missing my driver's license. I got to work tomorrow. I can't worry about that right now. I'm going to find them though. See, because I got to stay focused. Knowing I need to stay focused and talk to y'all, but in reality, I know I got to go to work tomorrow. But the word tells me, don't worry about tomorrow. Tomorrow has its own worries. Worry about today. Worry about now. You're worrying about everybody else's story. But again, God is bringing it back on the man, the woman, the individual. Let me get my oil. Let me get my oil. Let me get my oil. Still, sit down. It's in me. Sit down. Jesus, blood of Jesus. It begins to wake up the spirit in people, the beast. It begins to wake up that infection, that thing that has been taking up residence. Let me stand up. Let me get up. Let me get up. Let me get up. Come on. And I had to keep my shoes off because I'm on holy ground. Late in the midnight hour, how God would turn things around. Jesus. Late in the midnight hour. I'm on live. I'm on live. I'm on live. She's going to go the other way. Somebody was getting ready to come through the door. She has access, though. Okay? I'm trying to make not too many distractions because this is a sensitive hour. This is a sensitive time. We got to be careful how we move. This is for me. This is for all of us, y'all. Because it is some people that are out right now. They may be out because it's a lot of people out. It's nighttime. Come on, we know a lot of people go out to party. They go to do things, and the enemy comes out at night. Come on, it's a lot of things that come out at night. They call us freaks, and they think this is a joke, but this is not a game. This is not a joke. This is very serious. Because many don't understand how serious it is for the deliverance that is needed. That the enemy is striving to snatch souls right now. Jesus, 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 Jesus. He's attacking the body, literally and figuratively. What does that mean, Angelica? That means he's attacking the natural body and the spiritual body. The enemy gets busy when people are at rest. So when many are sleeping, normally, normal people are asleep around this hour, right? Are in the bed and sleep. Some people are out. Some people may be working. Some people may be partying. Some people may be going to the store. They may went to the gas station. Different things, right? But we know the enemy, he likes the dark. But darkness cannot recognize, cannot comprehend light. Because I've been talking about how even in darkness, how God has been teaching his seeds and his children and his people, those of the kingdom, how to walk in the darkness and in the light. That yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. For thou art with me. So when the roaring lion is roaming to and fro, and just because you can't see him does not mean that he's not out there. He seeks to kill, steal, and destroy. God has had his hand on me. Marvin Sapp. And those killer bees have been out. Wu-Tang, gravel pit. Satan pulls people down to the pit. He strived to pull me down to the pit. This is why this is so familiar for me, because God had to take me back to revisit some things and deal with things, but I had to deal with it spiritually and naturally. This is for me because I'm coming through. I'm coming out. Again, it's not enough for me to just give to everybody else and me not getting me. What God has for me, I give God all of me. Oh, I need your oil. Boy, Jesus. How God will send you back. Because again, he's getting us to get right. Right? Get right. Get our life right. Get life right. Because we've been playing games. The enemy been playing games and we didn't know. And he's allowing us to get back right because they were saying that we can't get right and that we're basically disabled. We're funny. It's hilarious. It's a joke. Laugh at the Black family. Laugh at the Black woman. We perform the Jecklers. Let them be the sound, the Pied Piper, to help us lead the children and the people to hell. But before that, the beast comes. It's levels to this. It's a system that's here. It's already here. It's already here. Things have been released. You got the beast unleashed, released. You got so many things that have been shown PG-13, rated R on the screen and everywhere that's been released. And God has still been holding stuff back, even though we've seen things happening and all around us right now. I don't know what's going on in Israel, over there in the country over there, but I know what's going on over here because I'm a part of it. Jesus, I'm a part of this movement. God set us apart for a time such as this. But be still. Peace, be still. Juanita Bynum, minister, pastor, prophetess, whatever your title is, I'm not sure. Please forgive me. Come on. I come in love. I come with peace. Jesus. You already know. You already know. Again, God will meet us where we are. He tells us to fall on the rock because we ain't got no room to talk. We don't have no room to talk. God got us. Vita Lynn. Ooh, people been on the violin. And I'm not talking about my cousin. I'm talking about another Vita Lynn. I haven't seen her lately. Jesus. Mr. Michael lately. Yes, you are another one, my brother. God is so strategic and specific. You cannot hide. He said in the last days that people be wanting to fall on the rock. They'll be wanting to perish. They'll be wanting to die. We are here now. God has been holding so much back. Come on, we in the eye of the storm. And the enemy is so crafty how he uses pictures. He uses so many things to show us what a spiritual experience is. He gave us so much, didn't he, y'all? Oh, I thank God for my parents. Woo. So when he took me back again to Genesis 31, when he told Jacob, when his wages kept being changed 10 times, and he wrestled with the angel in that same story, and Esau, 400 soldiers was chasing him. Come on, because Esau is the end of the world and Jacob is the new. He's the beginning of something new. God is birthing a nation. He's birthing something new. Are you ready? I am not a pastor. I don't think so. I don't know. You got to have a covering to be a pastor. And I'm not like some of these women. They just be wanting ministers and they want certain things. I want a carpenter. I want a man that's good with his hands. But God knows what I need. And he's going to do that. Okay? And he knows my heart's desires. And he's taught me well. Well done. Look, he's taught his daughter well. And I still fall. And I'm still not perfect. And Adam know I'm not perfect. You know I'm not perfect. I know you not perfect. The only perfect one is Jesus. Satan knows that it's only Jesus. He know that Jesus rises. He know that Jesus lives. He knows that Jesus is here. Woo, Lord. He comes through. He comes through. It's levels to this. Whew, let me put the notes to the side. Because we talk about this girl on fire. This is a long story. It is. It's a long chapter. This is a long book. And I don't even really read books. I've been listening to audiobooks. So even a lot of stuff, how when people talk about how the people and kids are dumbed down and they call Black people stupid and, you know, other people want people to be disabled and all this other stuff. And we see this with many people, but we see it very strong on my people. And that's one of the things, like I said, I began to recognize the system later, how I've been in a trap. When I look at the natural system in reference to not seeing, because I didn't see or I didn't know, and it wasn't explained in reference to different things that were behind the scene, behind the system, right? Because I thought all was fair in love and basketball. I thought all was fair. Come on, Sanaa Langton. I thought all was fair. I thought we were playing on a fair playing field in the world. I thought it was just, and you know, the courts were fair, because it didn't make sense. You know, in the beginning, I didn't know. I'm a child. I'm young. You immature. You know, you don't think about it like that. And even with Batman, I'm gonna stop and, you know, because this is why I say it takes time to talk to people. Batman with immature is, and I'm gonna say it like this: different people, even in the industry, you cannot hide. Again, God does not make stars. I don't care if you're Christian, you're not Christian. I don't care what you are. Nobody. God has got the whole world in his hands, because this talking on level stuff is a whole nother level. And it's a lot. I am not Pac-Man. I am not Mario Brothers. This is why I be having to be like, Lord, I need rest. Because trying to balance talking to different people, Jeremiah, look, talking to the nations, the weeping prophet. I am a woman. I get emotional. He was emotional too, and he was a man. So again, God pulled out of Adam his weakness. He pulled out what he was missing. He pulled out what he could not see. What has been coming out, what we could not see. What is coming out, what happens in the dark comes to the light. You can't run from it. Whether whoever you are. God already set this up. This is a setup. No, nothing, nobody's blood. Come on, God's people is not in vain. It disturbed my spirit, young lady, whoever she is, the one that got delivered from being in the sorority. And you look different when I saw you recently. Sometimes we have to work on our tongues, because again, even as women, but people, we have a slick tongue. And this tongue cuts, it slices, it cuts deep. They say actions speak louder than words, but they both speak volumes. They can hurt, they can cut. And a lot of times we will talk about people, say things, and you don't even know these people personally. You don't know me personally. I don't know many of you personally. But somebody will get on here and do Twitter fingers that has been now switched to X. X lets us know what? X marks the spot. So yes, the eagle has landed. Yes, Elon is letting you see he got saved and put on a performance. That was a joke. That was for the people. He already told you he knows a lot of people going to hell. How would he know that? Let's raise the question. What would make him even say that? He was on he had the shield on one of the shows, and it's going down. He had the shield on with the Baphomet. So whose team are you on? We're not paying attention to the signs of the times. Jesus. And the signs are all around us. Jesus. Whew. This is why I just wanted to rest. It comes a time where you get tired sometimes of explaining and trying to get people to understand. And I've come to the understanding, come on, a while back, that only God can truly understand you and me. He knows me better than I know myself. He knows you better than you know you. He knows my mama. He knows Satan. He was beautiful first. Jesus. He was beautiful first. Before he turned into a beast, he was beautiful. So even though he gives us the illusion of beauty, he's still a beast. He has his lot. He fell. He was cast out. He fell. The star, he fell. The sound, it fell. The Titanic, it sank. How much of the boat has to be rocked? Come on. In the beginning, God used the ark. Come on, he's using the ark now, the ark of the covenant. You have the mockery, even with, come on, welcome to Paris. God sees you. Folk with their duffel bag boys. Come on, you cannot run and you cannot hide. Me, you, nobody. He say fall on the rock. This is why I just fall on the rock. And Jesus is my rock. He's my foundation. This is why I can be fertile. Jesus, fertile. People want to see people delivered. People want to see healing. You want to see miracle signs and wonders, but you don't want to deal with your issues and your heart. You don't want to deal with your sin. Your issues led you to sin, the pain, the trauma. This is why we stopping now before we cross over at the crossroads. Bone Thugs and Harmony. It's not the first of the month. I don't even know what today. It's 12, 22, 23. It's the 22nd. 2023. What time is it? People want to party. Some people are partying right now when hell is close. I was out there in the streets partying, and I'm a church girl. So again, when I question, you cannot mix everything together. God separates it because it does bring confusion. It brings chaos. And what do we have now? Chaos. What does chaos produce? Ooh, order for Satan. Santa, he's coming to town. Michael Jordan, Michelle, dunking on him, want to cross over. Satan is a Baphomet. He's mixed with different things. I don't know. He might be black or white. I don't know. Michael Jackson, it don't matter if you black or white. Just pay attention to the signs of the times. They use Egyptology. This is why we've been in trouble, because we've been well included. We have been included. He took us on an excursion, a ride. Drop that again. You got the P. This is why we've been plugged in. This is why people can't get real love. Your mind only go to Mary J. Blige, but so many that's blind. Look, love is blind. Eve told us that. She said it in the song, but Eve taught us that love is blind. No, love is not blind. Love sees. Love shouldn't hurt. Love feels. It's different types of love. You got to know how to love right. Whether you look like me or not, whether you my mother, my father, whoever you are, you have to learn how to love different people. But if you can't produce love, this is why we got nothing but hate. Because Satan hates people. He hates God. This is why we see this fight. Judgment Day is on the way, coming soon. You want to talk about a playwright, talk about a father's love. Because everybody want to stay on the woman. And the woman, look, the woman is been bruised. And God let us know that no one can heal the woman's wound. Then we find out the Black woman. It's all women. I'm every woman. It's all in me. Come on, Diana Ross. Come on, but she with the checkerboards. Checkmate. She was used too. Come out wherever you are. They've been giving us markers. You see it. God is showing us who is who. There is no hiding. Naturally or spiritually. The enemy uses people. So if the enemy want to get to you, he will use someone to get to you, even when you sleep at night. This is why you say your prayers. This is why you say your prayers. Don't be scared to go to sleep. We're not talking about these things to bring fear. God is not giving us a spirit of fear, but of love, power, and a sound mind. That is peace. Juanita Bynum, taking it back to her. Pastor, prophetess, ma'am, miss. Jesus, the clock going off again. Lord, what time is it? Probably 1 o'clock. Boy, normally I'd be up at 3 o'clock. I'm up early, man. I'm up early. God wake us up early. He does. He wake us up before time. God is waking us up before things hit, before the impact. 2.0. I can't tell you what it all consists of. Just like with you, when I ask you, who are you? You can't tell me all in one sentence. It's an experience. It's a relationship. Whether it's business, whether it's pleasure, whether it's whatever it is, it's an experience. God is allowing us to gain experience so you can be positive and not negative. So even with gaining electrons, going back to chemistry, it is a connection. Opposites do attract. It takes a positive and a negative. Come on, let me come down science lane. It's chemistry. It takes a positive and a negative, right? So God makes things that are good. And please excuse my facial expressions because I think through my face. And I'm not working on that. And I'm not mad and I'm fine. But sometimes I be thinking so hard because, just people get on my nerve. And you be trying to express yourself. That's all I'm doing. Poetry. And they was witches too. Poetry. Lord have mercy. But anyways, what was I saying? I feel like we need another intermission. Lord have mercy. This is a long act. That's why I said people sleep. Like it's 12:59. Like, well, I don't even know what time it is. It's like almost about to be 1 o'clock. But people sleep, literally sleep tonight. Okay. And Jesus told them, the disciples, stay woke with me, pray with me. Because he knew what time it was. He knew he got anxiety. I don't got anxiety. I don't want depression, anxiety, none of that. Come on. Jesus ended up having anxiety because he knew what time it was. He knew that he was at the crossroads. He knew that he was at a place where he was at his purpose, right? He knew, he felt it in him what he had to do. So people will be asleep naturally because they think everything's good because the dogs is barking and the sun is shining and the moon is out and the stars. And I don't even know. I didn't see no stars when I was out there earlier tonight, but the stars is out. You do got stars. You got falling stars. Stuff comes out at night. Oh, Lord help me. This is why we pray. plug into the right source. And it's been a challenge getting into these men and getting into the natural, because we in the spiritual. That's why probably too. Because we such on another level and we in the supernatural. It's been a challenge for me to take y'all down to when I talk to the men and stuff, and what I experience with the natural men, because these spirits want to keep us high. They want to keep us on another level. So while you sleep and while people at rest, and some of us up watching and praying and talking to people on the airwaves, okay, I'm tired too. What make you think other people ain't tired? The harvest is ready. The labors are few. I feel like a broken record sometimes, but no, I'm breaking records. We flip it, and we're going to take an intermission, because I need a break. It's not me. I need a break. It's not y'all. It's me. It's the woman. Need a break, because this is a lot. When you talk about breaking strongholds, it's a stronghold. It's a trance. It's a spell. These folk got such a spell on the world and the people and people minds, and to where they can't even see straight. Look, and it's so thick. It's so thick. This is why, yes, we need ministers and prayer people. God is raising up his people in for real, for now, for a reason. So while many sleep, we supposed to be woke. That let us know right now you should be praying. I'm about to go pray. Let me go meditate. I'll talk to y'all in a little bit. This is a